Live at 5, it's offer review, and we've got some messages here coming in from the developers regarding tiebreakers in the Scourge event. There have been some questions regarding the Farmable Scourge event and how tiebreakers will determine the final leaderboard standings and the rank rewards. And this is going to affect me personally because I'm tied with more than 50 people, probably like 100 people around the 400 rank. The team would like to provide more clarity on the topic. The primary method mitigates the ties is the efficiency system, which doesn't work on difficulties 9 and 10, where everybody gets 0 because it just didn't play out correctly, which counts the number of actions a player has taken throughout the run with the highest score, the number displayed at the end of the run. Well, that didn't work out. The tiebreaker, see below, applied at the end of the event, and your current placement on the leaderboard is not necessarily your final placement. If 2 or more players have the same score at the leaderboard, the player with the highest roster collection power will be placed higher than the final rankings. You can check a player's TCP and their profile to compare theirs to yours. Good luck with working on your final run to get the best scores possible. And I know a lot of people say that it should be the other way around, but I just don't think that Scopely is ever gonna incentivize people like not developing their roster. They want you to wail harder, right? So, but for me, what I don't understand is why don't they do this like the Olympics or the way they do it like in golf, where like let's say if 3 players are tied for 10th place, well they all get 10th place, and then the next player gets like 14th. So I don't know why they can't do that. Like even they do that, I believe, in the Olympics and in golf. I mean, I feel like that's the logical. I mean, this is not the first time that they have to come up with a tiebreaker system. So I think a lot of people are confused why they're doing that. The one thing I will say about doing this by collection power is that it is consistent, at least. That's the way they do it with Cosmic Crucible. Anyways, also, public service announcement. Start farming your gamma radiation now. So the superior gamma radiation, you need 61 per character. Vision and Iron Man both require it, but it's possible that 2 characters might as well take it because there's going to be, let's say, Red Hulk. Maybe it would, there's could be a whole bunch more characters, right? 2 out of the 4 new tech raid team already used gamma radiation, going to take a wild case that the other 2 will as well. With all of the talks of Red Hulk and friends joining the game, soon there may be a serious gamma radiation problem. And so this could turn into like the next Oz formula. So you can't really farm them, but if you see them inside of your, let's say your supply store or maybe your war store, maybe you want to start stockpiling them. You need 61 of these per character to go to gear tier 15. And then the teal versions, you need 18 of each to take a character to gear tier 16. So keep on the lookout for that. Take advantage of Vision's double farm. That's right. Vision right now has 2 nodes, and you want to take advantage of that while he has 2 nodes. It seems like they do that. And then when they do want to make a character farmable, they typically will remove like a character from Vision from farmability. So maybe take advantage of that now. The problem with the number of farmable characters has not been fixed. And this is true. 2 months ago, Scopely told us that to increase the number of farmable characters in a blog they shared. However, it ended up being a lie. We carry the last 2 infographics made by Tana, the character farmable location guide. We can verify the number of farmable characters is still very few. And then they omitted Cersei and Icarus. And they are doing horrible events like Sunfire or Gambit raids to give us very few stars. So things are not going in the correct direction for sure. The other thing too, it's not the only issue. And I want to read Cara Del Rey's comment also, because what is wild to me is how complacent the community suddenly became after they just fixed a big mistake that they created. That's the problem, is that they fixed a problem, but they created the problem. I don't see people complaining about this. The Gambit shards, the A-Force Blitzbug. What about the Dazzler? The Dazzler event is much more, and the complaints that there have been met with backlash. So I feel like there's some things that they haven't fixed still. One of the other things that they did fix recently was that Agatha was missing from the Elite Store. And I know if you were farming for Agatha in the Elite Store for her red stars, they're refunding people power cores. So if you were searching for Agatha, definitely send a message to customer service, as I'm seeing people get refunded thousands of cores because she just simply wasn't there. Let's move on. Give us 1 training orb a day. This seems to be fair because if you go into the Greek raids, you do get a gold orb a day. I feel like this is an intentional bottleneck. Like, I don't feel like it's a problem. I feel like this is a scopely, carefully crafted, manufactured problem to sell more training material offers. But it does seem lopsided for me that there's more gold in the system than there is training materials. Similar sentiment was put in this post right here where it says, training day challenge. Can we just make it so each tier, or maybe even its higher tiers of the training mat challenge increases some training orb fragments, even enough for 1 or 2 orbs a week from the highest level of the challenge would help. Pretty please. I've been suffering for a minute on training materials, and now it feels like a lot of other people in the community are also starting to notice it. Let's get to offer review. We do have some things worth looking at. Now, I'm not going to be purchasing this, but I do understand why people will buy it. First things first, this is about $20 worth of power cores, and we've got about $60 worth of the energy. Now, that right there adds up to about $80. Now, the problem with this is that you probably want to do this close to your account reset so you can spend half of it, let's say today, and half of it tomorrow, because otherwise you're going to be farming like almost every node, or you'll be spending power cores to refresh the nodes that you want to farm. But this is for people that want to do one of two things. One, people that are pushing to get to level 90 as quickly as possible. But more importantly, there's the Victory Blueprint event. And this basically is effectively worth 90,000 points. This right here will give you about 30,000. And this right here will give you 60,000 points. So that is a big chunk of the and it'll help you get through that Victory Blueprint event, because that event has the very scarce blue ISO 4 ions. So that's the reason why people buy it. And that just covers these 3 items right here, right? Is what we're talking about right there. And that does add up to more than $100 when you consider the final milestones on that event. And then you've got 3 mega orbs, depending on who you talk to. Some people value them at $1. Some people value them higher, like as high as $5. And then you've got 8 premium orbs. And depending on who you talk to, premium orbs for a lot of people, both of these orbs right here, probably for me, are not worth that much because they're just duplicates. But I think for newer Krakens, if you will, maybe they're a better value. I do pull good things out of mega orbs from time to time. Anyways, I'm not going to be purchasing this because it's a macro transaction. It just, the main reason I'm not going to buy this is like it just spending all this energy in one day. It seems not very efficient. I mean, you're going to have to farm nodes that you normally wouldn't farm, if not every node that there is. All right, let's move on. Victory Blueprint daily energy offers. So this will give you 2,400 points. This event is ending in the next 24 hours. So keep that in mind. This right here, Victory Blueprint Daily War Offer. This will give you 4,000 points. Right here, this will give you, and it just states it out there, 19,000 points. And it just depends on how much you value those ions to get to characters to Blue ISO 4. Blue ISO 4 is impactful. I mean, basically there's five stats in the game, and you get a 12% boost on 4 of the 5 stats. The one that does not get the 12% boost, one that gets a 2% boost, is going to be damage, which is, it's almost as powerful as a jump from going from level 85 to 90 as it is from going from Blue ISO 3 to Blue ISO 4. So keep that in mind as well. It's just that it costs like 715,000 of those level 4 ions for Blue ISO 4. It's just not of interest to me. given what they're trying to sell it for. Nico shards. Nico is, I know what they're trying to sell this for. They're trying to sell this for the Rogue Scourge event, but I'm going to tell you, she's not impactful. This entire event is about Young Avengers, so just keep that in mind. I mean, if you want Nico, it's just not a great price. It really isn't. There it is, level 4 T4 Ion offer. If you're in the market for that, I would say I would look into the victory blueprint where you are on the milestones. Go into the milestones tab and see if purchasing some of those offers that are above would actually make more sense than spending this for $50, because I believe the last milestone gives a big chunk that would make this not quite as good deal. Although I feel people that are buying that like $100 offer are probably buying this also. Anyways, I'm not in the market for that myself. Legacy 2 orb offers. So this is rich with T3 training materials, anywhere from 350 to, let's say, as high as 400 in there. There's also a small amount of gold, purple gear, and characters that came out of year 2 of Marvel Strike Force. So, but the main reason why people buy this is it's $5 for more than, at least about 350 T3. You get a random amount. But it seems like most people are getting over 350 and as high as 400 and something T3. So if you're looking for T3s, I believe this is the best way to purchase them. All right, trash. We got more trash. Actually, it's not this is trash. I want to back up. I've bought this before. And when I bought this, I was pushing to finish Dark Dimension 5. And, it was the final sprint. And so that was helpful for finishing Dark Dimension 5. It's just not an incredible value. All right, let's move on and see if we got anything out. Cersei and Icarus. I feel like they're going to... This is one of the sore spots, is that they're not making these two characters farmable. And they're still selling offers. I think they're going to continue selling offers. Hopefully they will make a way of them farmable sometime soon. They are very, very powerful. Them paired up together make the best duo in the game, and they're just incredible, especially in arena. Anyways, 50 character shards for $30 is not an exceptional value, but there you go. We've got both of them. I think this will be a big seller for them because of how important they are. I just wish they would make them farmable sooner than later, right? Elite 6-star orb offer. This is another Kraken stack. This sometimes they try to sell the Elite 6 right here for $75 by itself. I don't really see a tremendous value in this right here. I mean, I typically probably wouldn't even try to pick this up unless it was $35. It's hard to say that the rest of this adds up to, $40. There is some value here with the training materials. You got 5 training material orbs. So that's worth maybe $7.50. I don't play highest value on these 3 items over here, though. Anyways, that is a Kraken snack. No thank you. Wong, $35 for 50 character shards. Same thing for Heartless Doctor Strange. Agatha is going to be the main choke point, I believe, going forward in the long run for this Darkhold team. Seems like they're holding on to Agatha offers and shards in general, and I don't expect them to make her farmable anytime soon. I'm more in the market for ions than ISOs, so none of this is of much interest to me, and I believe we're in the area where things are not great deals. We want to scroll down to the bottom, though, because there is a 1 core offer. We have to come down here and break our fingers. Thank you, Scopely, for the 1 core offers. I do like these, so be sure to pick that up. Let's toggle over to the free-to-play account and see if we have any individual character shard offers. There is one right here for the Sinister 6 team. Sinister 6 team, $35, 150 times 5. If you're looking for bulk shards on an older team that largely does not go used, there you go. Sinister 6 will help you out with unlocking some legendaries. I'm going to pull this off the top of my head and need to verify it, but won't these guys help you unlock Shuri and Invisible Woman? It's almost 2 legendaries for 1. The requirements for those 2 characters, I believe, are similar, and this offer will help you with that. Okay, chat went yes. Okay, so there you go. So the real advantage, I guess, to this is that it'll help you unlock Shuri and Invisible Woman. Bulk shards, there you go. Let's move on. Let's skip through all this. Yo-Yo. Wow. Slingshot offer. I'm a big fan of this. Yes. 50 character shards for $5. Not bad at all. I think that's a fantastic deal. All right, let's move on. Crystal. Not as impactful as Yo-Yo. I don't want to oversell that this is going to be useful inside of the Scourge event because I don't think it'll help much. Pretty much this entire Scourge event, nodes 5 and 10, is all about Young Avengers. And Inhumans and A-Force are just sack teams. So, but Yo-Yo has an incredible passive. I'm a big fan of her overall. All right, let's keep going on. Crystal is kind of like a tier down, not as impactful as Yo-Yo on that team. In fact, Yo-Yo and Black Bolt pretty much are the core of the team anyways. And some people might even say Yo-Yo is more impactful than Black Bolt currently. Although I like Black Bolt's passive when he prevents revives. That's pretty useful. 75 character shards and a training material orb for Jessica Jones. And she, again, is A-Force. But again, I've already told the story about A-Force. And so you understand the situation there, that it's just not going to really help much in the Scourge event. And then we've got Kestrel right here. $20 US for 50 Kestrel shards. She is amazing. One of the best plug-and-play characters of the game and one of my personal favorites as far as her kit goes. Use her every day. Deathpool's also a Marvel Strike Force creation. And I don't find her as impactful as Kestrel, but she's still also very good. And then we've got the Sinister Six team here. We got a secondary offer and $25 for 100 character shards. If we go back to the top, I think the one up there was a better deal. Let's see here. That was 100 shards. Up here we've got 150 shards for $35. Now behind me hidden is $25 for 50 character shards. I gotta say that is a bad deal compared to this offer down here. So just you have a couple different options there. $25 for 100 shards is better than $25 for 50 shards, but you've got $35 for 180 shards. All right. I think that'll do it there for offer review. Tomorrow we have blog post. I'll have a video about that. Of course, we're expecting the kit for Vision's daughter, to be a part of the Raid Tech team, and an undisclosed fifth member. We're expecting the rumors that it is going to be Deathlock, but we will see for the Bionic Avenger Raid team. Those details should be announced tomorrow inside of the blog post. All right, guys, thanks for watching and keep on gaming.